All right, peace, family. This is your brother Garfield. Let me show my screen. I want everybody to take a look. This is your brother Garfield, live and direct. Today's show, we're calling it No More Brother Polite, meaning that the brother has reached out to the whole community, and pretty much he has basically said that whoever he has done wrong to or in any way, shape, or form, to hit him up in his inbox. So if you're out there and you feel that Brother Polite has done you wrong, without the whole gossiping for the last 2-3 years or whatever happened, true or false, I'm not involved in any way, shape, or form. The brother made a big announcement. Reach out to him. All you do is make a timestamp of connecting with the brother, and if whatever you got to get resolved, get it resolved. So this is why I call the show No More Brother Polite. It's not going to come from me anyway, because I don't want to be involved with whatever is going on. And I'm glad the brother said he's going to reach out to the people, or the people could reach out to him and solve whatever monetary issues, because it's a reflection, because of this beautiful platform we have in Black News 102. It also reflects on myself and whoever is doing anything financially for the people in the public. So this is your brother saying, if you have a problem with Brother Polite, reach out to him, make a timestamp of whatever went wrong, and try to correct it. If it doesn't work that way, there's other alternative routes you could take, and I advise you to take the routes in whatever issues or problems you may have with the Brother Polite. All right. So I wanted to start the program off with that. But the second thing I wanted to talk about is that it seems whenever we talk about unity, people don't want to talk about unity. We rather talk about the brouhaha, people fighting each other. But what are we going to do to better our lives on a daily basis? What are we going to do? And with this program, which I think is one of the best programs on YouTube, not just on the channel, but on YouTube. You talk about the Boyce Watkins. Subscribe to my brother Boyce Watkins. I'm a student of his. So is the brother African Emporium, who's going to talk about stocks. What you're getting from us is powerful information that we all need to apply to our daily lives. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the Dagger Squad YouTube. We have classes between 10 a.m. and 12 a.m. every Sunday morning. All right, Eastern time. And what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is take this information and apply it to ourselves. It's too much crab in a barrel mentality going on in the community. I want to be the top dog. You see, I came to Sonata with this beautiful idea of bringing economics to the people. We always had debates, and if everybody know, I debate everybody. But debating is a hobby. Debating don't put money in my pocket. Ever since I've come on Sonata and taught economics, I've traveled to over 12, 13 different states. People want to talk about economics and the information we're bringing. This Friday, I'm going to South Carolina. So I'm going to be in North Carolina Saturday morning, and then South Carolina Saturday afternoon. So I'm bringing information that people need. Information that uplifts and is as far as economic empowerment, it's at the top of the list. So the information doesn't hurt. July 16th, I'm going to be at the 100 Black Men United in Richmond, Virginia. I'm going to be there. I'm endorsing that event. Everybody knows in the Bronx, if you're from the Bronx, in New York, I'm looking for 100 men to come together, 100 men and women. Let me include the women too, because without women, we ain't nothing. Without Cheryl, without Monica, this program is nothing. I'm telling you, these sisters have made me and molded me into the man that I am, economically speaking. All right? And I just want to say to those sisters, I love what y'all doing, and keep doing what y'all doing, and keep beating me up in the background. All right? Also, let me give a shout out to everybody that has been tuning in every single week to the program. These are the things that we are doing for the community. We're doing credit repair. We're offering trade lines. In some cases, we help you with funding. We're offering student loan debt elimination. We're not talking about credit. We're talking about eliminating the student loan out of your debt, out of your life completely. That's my brother, Travis L. out of Chicago. That's my brother. That's my Moorish brother. All right. And then we have African Emporium to teach us about stocks how to use the program that he was taught, like I was, about the $5 a day with Boyce Watkins. He's showing you how to apply it so that money could multiply up to $100,000 a year, depending if you follow the program to the T. We got our sister Alicia Parker. She also helps with student loans. Not in the sense of what the brother does, but she's a good advisor as far as that is concerned. Then we have Sister Monica Lamb. Sister teaches about certifications, getting all your paperwork together, starting your business, if you need to transfer from one state to the next. Then you have Sister Cheryl that deals with government contract. People say, why you want to get government contract? Because the government is playing a buffer role into making income. All right. So if you have a toilet paper company or a shirt company and the government wants shirts, you could bid on the contract and you don't have to be there. It could be drop shipping. You just alert somebody who sells the toilet paper, pay for it, deliver it to the government, and you just mark up whatever you're going to charge the government and make your money. You're not working for the government. They're basically using the product that you're providing. All right. So just because we say government contract, don't feel like, oh, you are some sort of FBI agent now because you're working with the government. No, it's called drop shipping. That's a part of it. All right. And then we have, who else do we have? Brother Ank is supposed to be on today if he's able to make it. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, these people are from all forms of different walks. My brother is from Baltimore. My brother from Chicago. Sister Monica is from South Carolina. I got my sister Cheryl, formerly from Texas. Now she's in another state. I'm not going to disclose her location. But we're all from different walks of life, and we have united to bring this information to you. A lot of people say, Garfield, why do you charge for credit repair? Credit repair is a business. I don't know if people know this. It's a business. It takes people to work to look at your file and effort. I have a team. I have to pay my team. So when I charge you $100 up front, I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, $100 up front is not killing you. And then I charge $25 per item. Now, anybody who is against paying for credit repair, I hope you're also against Lexington Law, who charges the most money. Mute your mic, Travis. Who charges the most money, $175 a month sometimes for 2 years, and you have 3 items taken off, and they made almost $2,000 off you. I've never seen anybody who has a problem with Garfield complain about other people who charge money for credit repair. They just want to be a crab in the barrel and pick on Brother Garfield like I'm the only person in the world that charges for credit repair. I actually charge the cheapest, but I do give you an option. If you sign up for my econ, you could do the credit repair for free. Hey, that's a Garfield giving you advice. All right, so you don't have to use me. But the point is, I'm trying to create 100 black men and women in each state in America, in the 50 states. And they need their credits to be cleaned up. I have the trade lines to sell them. We need to raise funding. $150,000 each for 100 people is $15 million. $50 million. If we had $50 million, we're buying we're setting up a Uhuru Academy. So we have the school in place. We're looking at supermarkets and different aspects so we could link with the brothers at Hebrew Farms and who have farms all over the country to bring in fresh produce into our own community. And then we could support our own. Those 100 people will be supporting the supermarket, will be supporting the Uhuru Academy, will be supporting that. And then to service those lines of credit and credit cards, we're going to get some government contracts. So Sister Cheryl is going to talk about New York today, what we have available for government contracts, because I am getting my 100 men together. Now, the brothers in Richmond, Virginia, were doing 100 men before I even mentioned it. So I'm going to go over there and support them and give them all the support they need for these 100 men to be built up, not only economically speaking, but to build up an energy of positive men living upright. You ain't got to believe in nobody's religion to live upright. You just got to have the laws and the bylaws and what you go by every day. All right. So first and foremost, let me just say this to everybody that's watching. Let me just do this for a second here. Let me share my screen, and I'm going to go into something real carefully here so that everybody could pay attention to what I'm doing. All right. You guys, let me know if my screen is not showing properly or if it is showing or not showing. All right, so let me just touch on something real quickly here. The Uhuru Academy, by the way, is in Texas. If you go to uhuruacademy.com or .webley.com, something to that effect. I'll get the information and pass it on later to everybody. All right. Now, I've been talking about an abandoned town for a while. This is a ghost town, aka abandoned town in Colorado. They sell it for $350,000. If we were able to raise 15 million in Colorado, this is somewhere you could buy. I don't know if they got in Colorado. Actually, it has the best dispensaries right now. They kind of got the weed thing on lock, you know, the marijuana stuff on lock. But we have to think outside the box for our future. If you got to buy an abandoned town, get your security force, get them there. Stop worrying about who is going to do, because we live in cities where we're shooting each other because of guns we have, and we have cops killing us. So you could either get your own abandoned town, get your own security force, move away from the city, or you could continue living in the environment you live in. All right. I wanted to point out something for the people out there that's watching. With credit repair, right? We got to understand everybody has their own methodology. Everybody has their own way of doing credit repair. But the key for credit repair is it's not magic. It's not guaranteed. That means you could write the best letters. You could have the best methodology. That doesn't mean everything is going to come off. Now, we got some beautiful results from here, but this might not happen for everybody. It just depends on the items that you have. So for everybody's situation, it's different. All right. We charge $100 up front, but for each item we delete, we charge $25. We're not banging folks in the head. All right. Hold on. Let me look at another file. This is another file that got some good results. You see all these credit cards getting deleted. You know, so whatever methodology was used for this particular file, it worked out good for us. All right. We can't ask for much. All right. Let me bring down here. Let me see what else I got. Yeah, and this is a guy who had a couple of judgments. You see all these judgments being deleted, and you have some lawyers that charge $500 to $1,500 per judgment that's deleted off somebody's credit. So when we charge $25 to remove a judgment, you're getting one of the best prices in the industry. All right. This is another file where all the student loans were deleted. Whatever methodology we use, it was 12 out of 12. I remember this file. This is the brother that actually gave us the testimonial. All right. But I just want to say to everybody, we are doing this for you. This information is for you. I do give people some primary lines to get, you know, that we don't charge for, and different things to help you grow your file into where it should be. But I want to say, whenever someone does credit repair, whether you work with me or not, remember, it's not guaranteed. We get great results. 90% of the people we fix their credit, we get great results. When I mean great results, look at this. Look at all this stuff that got deleted. Collections, financial companies, all that stuff, they got deleted. But at the end of the day, this person, whatever technique we use for this person worked out. It's still up to the bureaus to decide if they want to, delete the information or not. It's in their hands. All right. See, we got more judgments here deleted. But the fact of the matter is, and all these bureaus are different. The best free advice I could give you is opt out of the credit bureaus. Go to opt out pre-screen or optprescreenout.com and just opt out the credit bureau, because they can't sell your information. That means you're worthless to them. So they're more than likely to let you loose, delete the items, or try to trick the computer so that a human can get more involved. These are things that we do. People say, oh, you send out a little letter here and there, but they don't know what the purpose of the letter is. All right. So I just want to explain the credit repair process that we do. And we're going to continue doing the credit repair. And you could always hit us up 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. And 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. The second thing is I want to talk about is trade lines. We got trade lines. We charge between $450 and $750. We got a trade line of $45,000, Barclays, 2 years. We sell it for $750, the cheapest on the market. I know people who sell that for $2,000. But for the people who watch this channel, we're not going to break your pockets. Between $450 and $750. We're not going over that. I'm going to keep my word. I said it 8 months ago, and I'm going to keep saying that. That's all I'm charging. Now, look at this file right here. I was able to build up this file where the brother almost had a perfect score, 846, 848, 841. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this score, you can achieve it too. Well, you got to start with credit repair first. All right? Yeah, you got to start with credit repair. So I just want to say peace to everybody that's listening so far. We're going to bring our brother, let me tell you who I'm going to bring in right now. Hold on, let me stop sharing my screen. All right. I'm going to bring my brother Travis in to talk about the student loans and talk about the student loan debt elimination program and how important it is for those who have student loans. We have Crest Financial that's doing some of the financing. Some people getting approved, some not getting approved. It's not based on credit. It's based on if you have a real bank account, not a prepaid bank account, a real bank account like Citibank, Chase, and if you make more than $1,000 per month. So once you fit those criteria, you didn't have a non-sufficient funds in your checking account for the past 6 months, and you make over $1,000 a month, you're qualified to get pre-approved. All right? All right, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let me get my brother in here. Travis, mute your mic. Unmute yourself, brother. I'm going to mute my mic, and we're going to get into this
Please.
Student loan debt elimination. But let me just ask you a question, mute my mic, and get you in here. Do you, for those who don't know, basically what are the laws you're using to remove the student loans? Does it remove forever? Does it come back? What can you say about all of that, brother?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, my brother. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Hey, peace to the family. Peace to yourself. Thanks for the platform once again. Student loan debt elimination. Basically, we're using Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is the FCRA, and then we're using Fair Debt Collectors Practice Act, which is the FDCPA, and we're using the Truth in Lending Act, which is TILA. And basically, those combined together has all the remedies for pretty much eliminating almost any so-called debt, whether that be the mortgage, cars, whatever, so forth. But me personally, I focus with student loan elimination. I'm not as advanced as of yet to deal with the other stuff. So basically, like I said, I use those particular statutes and laws to eliminate the student loan debt. It's not no gimmick. It's not no fraud. I don't know. Some people might say that, hey, man, that don't really work or whatever. But it's nothing that's subscribed to no one individual. It works. Anybody can use those particular things, but you got to put in some study time. I've put in the study time, me and my team. So, of course, we just, we appreciate you for the platform, and we offer it to the community. It's 100% guaranteed. If it doesn't work, you get a full 100% your money back. Again, we know that doing these type of processes, we can't make a guarantee to say that, yes, for sure, we can get rid of it. We're not supposed to do that by law. But from what I've been doing thus far, I have been seeing success. So at this point, I'm comfortable and competent enough to do the work. I mean, is that good enough to answer the question? Hello?
I'm here, my brother. Let me ask you this. And by the way, somebody asked earlier, not to cut your thoughts, brother. The $25 that we charge after is when the item is deleted. So we don't get paid that $25 per item unless it's deleted. All right, off your credit report. And once it's deleted, it's gone forever. Just for the record, so everybody knows. All right, so my brother, Travis, let me ask you this. What if I have student loans? I'm a doctor. I owe $400,000. And is it one price? Because the price that we charge here is $1,500. Is it the same price for $400,000 and $200,000? Is it the same price?
I would say, yeah, but you the ultimate say so on that.
Damn, you're going to put me out there. All right. Yeah, well, hey, it is what it is. But we just want everybody to know that this is the price that whoever listens to Sonetta that you're getting to clean off your student loans off your out of your life completely. It's basically $1,500. That's what we're charging. And we take that money up front. It's 100% guaranteed. If you need your student loans, don't say, Garfield, how does this work? How does that work? Refer back to the brother's information. You know what I'm saying? And we're saying this because a lot of people are calling up saying, Garfield, what's going on here? What if this and what? No, it doesn't matter. We're not talking about credit repair right now. We are talking about student loan debt elimination. If student loan is one of the stuff that's the other day I call it like modern day slavery, because a lot of people get out of school working a job and half their paycheck goes to student loans. So this is something that is going to benefit the community. Again, from the Dagger Squatter, every Wednesday, we're giving back. All right. And I'm telling everybody out there who got student loans, it's 100% guaranteed. Call me up, 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. It's $1,500, no less. That's it. Because if you have a $30,000 debt and you could pay $1,500 to remove it, you can't get a better deal. There's no negotiation. Can I get a better price? No, that is the ultimate price. And it's all because you're listening to Sonetta. For those who refer people, if you refer someone to do it, I'll give you $100. That's another job for you, a side gig. People have problems with student loans. It's a problem within our own community. It needs to be dealt with head on. Stop running from it. Stop it. You owe student loan debt. You need to get rid of the student loan debt. That's the bottom line. Brother Travis, I love what you're doing, brother. You're out of Chicago. You're my Moorish brother. You see Garfield is uniting with my Moorish brother to give you information and put it out there to the betterment of our people. Did I say, oh, I ain't going to work with Travis because he's a Moor? No. I looked at what he's doing and said, let's apply this to the whole entire community. So everybody that's listening, if you're looking for extra income, anybody you recommend, we'll give you $100. That's it. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Travis. Any other words you want to say regarding the student loan debt elimination program, brother?
Basically, that's it in a nutshell. Again, I think we went over this before in the past few shows, but I can go over it again briefly because people will say, well, kind of explain without giving too much. How does it work? Basically, you're signing a contractual agreement when you do a student loan. So what's going on in the backdrop is that they're not giving you full disclosures of things that you're signing. One of those things happened to be a promissory note. So you're signing this promissory note. They're taking that note and they're monetizing it, meaning that they're multiplying it by multiples of 10, 20, or 30. So they multiply that particular promissory note. The amount, so say, for instance, it's a $20,000 student loan. It now becomes times 10, which is $200,000. They keep roughly 180. They supposedly loan you 20, and they want you to pay it back with interest. That is usury, it's double billing, and it's according to contractual law, it's not full disclosure. So those are three of the areas that we attack when we send out the letters to the particular lenders, and they have a certain amount of time to respond back. 99% of the times they don't respond favorably. They just go ahead and close the account out, and it's deleted from your life forever. Nutshell. That's it.
All right. Peace and love, brother. Appreciate that. I'm going to get into my brother, African Emporium. Are you going to be sharing anything, or are you just going to be talking, my brother?
Well, obviously, I've been very busy lately, guys, so that's why I haven't been on the show recently. I do apologize in the process of moving, military family with the wife. So today, basically, we're just going to kind of touch on some stuff briefly, just, vocal. And then, hopefully we can get together one day and, one of these Wednesdays and put together a very nice presentation, be it PowerPoint, slides or whatnot, to kind of give you guys some more information about stock investments, equities of that nature. But we can kind of touch on some basic stuff, just kind of get you guys, understanding why we take this stuff very serious and why it's in your best interest to take advantage of this opportunity. Being that if you took yourself to any commercial business outside of what we have to offer here to kind of acquire the services, you're going to pay exorbitant amount of prices to even get a portion of this information. And, it's just not in your best interest that they're going to look out for you the way that we necessarily will, knowing our situation. So, I just want to advise you guys once again, do take this stuff very serious, right? There's opportunities out there, yet we're not kind of taking privy of them because of the fact that we don't know, pretty much what's going on, how to go about applying, are we going to get ripped off, et cetera, et cetera. But Like I said, I guarantee you're not going to find a better scenario and price value that the Dagger Squad is offering you guys for these opportunities. And so once again, talking about stocks, right? Before we were talking about, marijuana investments, angel investments, P2P type investments, anything that you can do to kind of help garner supplemental income. And one thing that I, take very, very, serious is the value that here's an opportunity where you have no overhead, literally, than the money that you put forward. You have nobody standing over your back telling you what to do and how to do you. You can trade on your own time. You can swing trade, intraday trade, or you can go long term with this stuff, right? And it's simple as the $5 a day challenge that we do on the Dr. Boyce Watkins, the Black Business School. Me being an affiliate of that environment, I can't find no better way to present, here's a grand opportunity where you can just capture like real compounded interest income that you need to really help grow your bottom line every week. So my goal is to teach you how to write yourself a paycheck every week on your own time, using your own investment value and not worrying about how much or where it's going to come from or when you're going to get paid. You write yourself your own paycheck by trading. So you can start out as little as $20 of your first trade, $50, $100, whatever the case, does not matter. You can start very small and you can grow that literally overnight by making some very smart calculated decisions. And you don't necessarily have to worry about even going through the brokerage fees because you can use the app like Robinhood, which is, a mobile brokerage where you don't necessarily have to pay any commission fees. You just trade basically, you get 3 trades out a week that you can perform, intraday trading, meaning per that particular stock. And you can just say, take $20 and grow that into $100 in the week. You got $80 profit that you can either pay bills with or potentially grow further with the opportunity. So just kind of going over some basic stuff, why I think trading is fundamentally the best way to capture supplemental income. And you need not have to worry about, once again, anybody scrutinizing you, discriminating against you because of your color, sex, creed, orientation, religious philosophy, whatever. I mean, it's you against the market, literally. So there is no, once again, no special sauce to this stuff and nothing like that. It's just basically going into the market, finding out what's hot, what sector is booming, what's the political climate like, and finding a particular runner and investing in it, finding a good entry and exiting the stock in the green and making money. Today, I was very busy on the run, not necessarily having a whole time to really invest, but, even on the run, you can see yourself making $200-$300, just, out doing other stuff. And I do this kind of stuff daily, $200-$300, $400, whatever the case can happen literally in a matter of minutes. We have guys, particularly within some of our Discord chat rooms, these guys making hardcore money every day and they quit their jobs. They literally fired their boss. There's no better feeling in the world to fire your boss. And that's one thing that you hear Dr. Boyce Watkins talks about a lot. And also Dr. Claude Anderson. These are the guys I follow a lot too, because I know they're serious about helping us. So touching on the base of trading. Now, the reality of trading, you ask yourself, here's a business that doesn't cost you nothing but your first initial investment, meaning whatever money you put up. So you can look at it just like a regular business. So also you can get with Sister Cheryl or Monica, and you can actually even open up an LLC to day trade. How cool is that? Tax write-offs, to buy trading equipment, whatever the case you need to kind of help yourself. So first thing you want to realize that it's an online business, right? You're constantly dealing with just you, the computer, and the stocks. So outside of that, you have no kind of overhead. You have to deal with no customers. You have to deal with having a staff, right? You can do this all solo on your own discretion, right? You geographically untied to any place. You can trade literally anywhere around the world, anywhere, right? My goal is to be able to retire one day, move to some island or back to Mama Africa somewhere and day trade through the United States stock market and make a killing off this stuff. And it's not hard to do, so you can do it. Once again, it's a low startup cost. Cost you pretty much nothing but your initial investment, be it $20, $50, $60, $70, whatever you want to start with. And you can literally grow that account overnight by making some very smart calculated decisions. And we can definitely help you with that. It's flexible working hours, part-time or full-time. You can do it, once again, while you actually have your day job, you can actually still trade. You can swing trade. You can buy a stock and sit on it overnight and sell it the next day. Obviously, depending upon the stock is going to do really good during that day from some value of good news, a catalyst, or a biotech breakout, or whatever the case, a breakthrough. And, these are the things you can do to capture yourself, once again, supplemental income. You can get in the habit of making, once again, $200, $300, $400, $500 a week extra that literally pays for all your, weekly hustle and bustle of paying little gas bills or lunch bills or, a phone sale, whatever the case. And you necessarily don't even have to touch your check. Now, how cool would that be? Right. And you can do it. It's very easy. All right. Also, it's liberating a lifetime of financial skill. So with this, here's the opportunity where you can take some basic knowledge, right? We already, always see things in different layers anyway, which makes us very good traders, right? You can take some limited knowledge, grow this stuff overnight, teach your family, your friends, peers, anybody how to do the same stuff. And then now you have what they call a network of people that's trading also, that's capturing all this supplemental income. And now you have a little community of people that actually have income that can make some bigger moves with, right? To buy an abandoned town, to be able to, once again, VC capital, venture capitals into another particular company, like we're trying to do with our brother, Ja Blaze out of Oregon. It actually has a tier 2 marijuana license. He's trying to actually get his business up and running. So he needs investors, black investors to be exact. So that's really cool. And once again, it doesn't require a whole lot from you, just kind of reading over some tickers, reading the news about these companies, understanding charts, patterns, and things of that nature. And then you just start your business overnight and day trading or swing trading, right? And also on the back end of that, there's unrivaled returns, meaning you can literally, there have been days where, $1,000 came in a matter of 20 minutes for me. Now ask yourself, where would you get that kind of income legally, doing nothing but pushing a button from your computer screen, drinking a smoothie or something, playing with your kids, and you can make that kind of money in a matter of 20 minutes. Well, I have done that.
Language and words.
And it works.
They were like dummies like SETI. SETI is not qualified to represent Ancient Kenneth. Y'all want to follow him because he got posters and pictures with Dr. Ben.
There's some stuff going on in the background.
Oh, Sonny, they hit the button by accident. That's my brother Shaka going in right now. But hey, go ahead, brother. Continue.
All right. So once again, going back into the value of the stocks. So once again, it's unrivaled returns, meaning you can literally write yourself a paycheck at the end of the week, depending upon how much you want to write yourself. So if you tell yourself at the end of the week, I need to make $2,000, well, you can actually do that by making, once again, some sound decisions and taking, the right, approach to, finding the right stocks, and then allowing yourself to take 3 days of trading or 3 or 4 days worth of trading of PDT value, meaning pattern day trading values, and capture that kind of income. And you can do this stuff, like I say, literally from the comfort of your home, the comfort of your job. If you're still working, on the plantation, in a sense, we're trying to escape that every day. You can do this while you're on vacation. You can do it literally in the shopping mall. You can do this, anywhere. How cool is that? You literally punch in, onto your phone, log in, set up your account, find your stock, the stock takes off, whatever the case, you find a good entry and you find a good exit, and you just move on about your day. It's literally that simple. And I want to make it sound simple because it really is once you learn the basic fundamentals of how to trade. It comes with a lot of back end understanding and studying the different values and patterns, but once you get it, it's very turnkey, right? So very simple. So, I want you guys to also understand now, it's the best business model in the world. It's nothing better in my mind in terms of being able to use this capitalistic society, this Roman capitalist society, at your given advantage by understanding that you can go on this and get this money without having to be, once again, discriminated against. I don't care if you got felonies. I don't care if you owe child support or you got student loan. None of this stuff matters. They do not run your credit. They do not do a background check on you. Anybody can open up a brokerage account. Anybody. Right? And you should be opening up accounts for your family. You got nieces, nephews, cousins. Everybody in your family needs to have an investment account and teaching the value of investing at least $5 a day into that brokerage account. Something simple as that, and allow the compounding interest to balloon itself overnight. And just imagine if you save $5 a day times 365 days out the year. Imagine that if you could be that disciplined in doing that. That's a starting point. Then you can take that money at the end of the year, invest it into the stock market, or pay some bills off, pay off your holiday spending spree, whatever the case. And that's just a sign that you're becoming more disciplined and understanding how to use financial fertility at your advantage, or being financially disciplined. And the Dagger Squad can definitely help you do that through credit repair, the different services that's offered, the LLC and the government grants and the real estate and all these different things that we have at our disposal that you can take advantage of. So once again, and speaking of the best business model in the world, now when you become a trader, you're simply setting up an online business and you're becoming an entrepreneur with so many advantages. And I know a lot of you guys would love to sit home or do other things besides going to punch a clock and go sit at and look at these people that obviously out trying to sabotage you every day, going through all these headaches and being underpaid or underappreciated. And you can eliminate that literally overnight by becoming an investor. a stock investor. Simple, very simple turnkey reality once you learn this stuff. I guarantee you, had I learned this stuff 20 years ago, let's say especially when I was in the military and blowing a lot of my money on silly stuff, I guarantee I'd probably be a millionaire today. But that's all right, because I am going to become a millionaire by trading too. And it's not going to take me long as it took a lot of people, because my learning curve is going to be a lot more faster. And that's what we're trying to also share with you guys. And you can literally do it. And there are guys out there that, I associate with that, have made millions of dollars by day trading, sitting at home or on the beach or taking vacation days, making money every day. We had one guy, we had a show about a month ago that a guy made $95,000 in less than 20 minutes in the market. Black guy named Billy, one of our guys that's in our Discord room. We learn from him daily. He learned from us. Quit his job. He was a registered nurse. He quit his job. Him and his wife quit their jobs. They fired their boss and became full-time day traders. Now they sit at home, have fun with their beautiful daughter, and day trade. He made $20,000. Actually, I think I want to say it was that Thursday, $20,000. I ask people every day, who's winning, who's losing when you can make that kind of money. So these are just some of the ideas that we're talking about. So just kind of let you know. So in summary, so trading is business. Is a business like any other. And you want to look at it just like that, because here's how you're going to pay your way through any kind of value that you want in terms of being able to have freedom, financial freedom, to travel the world, to be able to buy things that you felt like you couldn't make make without having to sacrifice too much of your time for. You can literally do that by understanding how to trade stocks. Very easy. It is still a challenge, but it may work. But you must understand that everything does come with due diligence. If you want to be the best at what you need to get out of life, you have to research, you have to study. You have to put in the time to understand what you're doing. It's like anything. When you perfect your craft, now you become the best at it. And now you just can, continually grow from that and trade and teach others how to do it in the same manner and train them too, excuse me. The startup risks are much lower than most other businesses. So pretty much your only startup is having a cell phone, a laptop, and an initial investment to get started. $20, $30, $40, $50, whatever you got to offer. You can start as small as that, and you can literally start trading instantly. And stocks trade from 0.000 one-digit value of monetary value and to up to $5 with the penny stocks, and on up to like $2,000. Right? So you can start in the penny stock realm. You can do the OTC market. You can do NASDAQ, NYSE, Ross. All these different indices that you can trade through, depending upon your income value and what you really want to risk, right? So that's the best thing to understand about trading. You don't have to come in big. You don't have to say, well, man, I got to, come in with a $5,000 account. No, you can start with a $20 account and grow $20 into $100 literally in less than maybe 3 or 4 days if you know how to trade smart. And we can show you how to do that. Also, the biggest thing we also hear is that, investing in the stocks is like gambling. Right? The worst thing we was taught as kids, like, oh, you invest in the stock market, that's gambling. Or, that's only rich old white people do that, which is the biggest misnomer I've ever heard in my life. And it's all because, we've been conditioned to be the help or the worker bees. We're not being taught how to go out there and get this money without having to work hard for it. Right? So one of my greatest mottos is work smart, not hard. Right? Why work twice as hard to receive twice as less when you can work twice as smart and receive twice as much? And you need to coin that, because you need to understand how to use your mental prowess, your intellectual value to go out here and capture income where you don't have to have this sweat equity mindset, pulling yourself up by your bootstrap, which is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life, right? Because they only told that to the slaves, right? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go out there and make this money for massa. Well, them days is over with. We're going to show you how to get this money the same way they've been doing, sitting on their flabby behinds, right? So get excited about that, right? So it's not gambling, right? It's not a high risk. It's not high risk, and it's not going to leave you flat on your back, like invested in, like say, in the lottery, right? Trying to hit it big on the Powerball. You invest in $2,000, right? And you don't even get but 2 numbers, right? They don't give you nothing but the paper you bought. That's it. You lose all your money. Well, guess what? In a stock, if I choose to buy a stock and the stock actually goes against me and it goes down, it's supposed to up like I think it should go because of the technicals lined up, I can set a stop loss, 1%, 2%, and that's all I can lose. And I'm still good. I still have my money retained. Right? You can't get that at the job. You miss a day on the job, you miss that day worth of pay, right? Unless you got some kind of, salary or tenure, whatever the case, where you constantly get paid whether you're there or you don't. Other than that, you got to be there every day. You didn't get paid. So here's how you once again eliminate that by learning how to invest in stocks, right? We can show you how to do that once again. And last but not least, so with persistence, the right support and time, you can succeed as a trader. And it doesn't, once again, require you to jump up through flaming hula hoops and all this. It just requires you to take some of the free time. Everybody walks around with a smartphone, which is everything you need to become very self-sufficient in life if you know how to use it at your advantage. Do not use your cell phone as a deficit. To be on these, these old social sites that just, requiring all your attention and time, that's not necessarily growing your income, right? If you're not perusing on how to invest, you're not growing, perusing through how can I, build up my, my value better. How can I learn the real estate game? How can I learn, how to get government grants and to get me a business started through an LLC? How can I DBA off that LLC and keep, growing other businesses onto that? Well, use it to your advantage. Do not waste your time or let other people waste your time when you can be out here getting this money and not necessarily working hard to do it. All right. So I just want to leave that with you guys. And then once again, just a kind of quick little scenario that we want to touch on. Right. But the next show, we're going to make sure I have some, some slides together, some PowerPoints or whatever we need to kind of help you guys see the value and stuff. I'll post some of my winnings so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Right. Because this is not just all talk. I can show you firsthand, the kind of money that we're making in this stuff. And once again, this is me doing this as a stay-at-home dad, raising a little kid, and also running my various businesses that I do through health and wealth initiatives that I garner every day. So just want to keep that with you guys. We can show you about, marijuana stocks. We can show you about the tech stocks, the bio. We can show you about pretty much anything out there, any industry that you're excited about. We can show you exactly how to go in there and get this money that you need to get. Right. So I want to leave you guys with that. And Uncle Jocelyn Neb, and I'm going to turn it back over to Garfield. If you have any questions, put it in the chat or just ask our brother Garfield and I'll respond to you.
Hey, how's your schedule this Sunday, brother? Because, I would love for you to come on and teach this Sunday if it's possible. And so we could get some of that stuff going, Okay, I should be good. Saturday, I think I will be in Virginia looking at houses again, so I should be good Sunday, unless anything crazy happens. But we can definitely come on Sunday. Drop some jewels for the guys, help you guys get started. And what we also could do is what I want to do right now. So while we have everybody watching the live stream, over 200 some people, right? You can open up a Robinhood account like right now. Like everybody that's watching this right now can open up a Robinhood account right now. It's simple. App. You can go to your app store, download. Hold on. Explain to them what Robinhood is, because people might think you're literally robbing the hood. So explain to them.
But that's the way we like to look at it. We are Robin Hoods in the sense. We take this money from the rich and we give it back to our people, because actually the stock market is generated on the backs of us anyway. The first stock market was black people lined up on Wall Street with a wall behind them being sold off the day after Thanksgiving. So anytime you celebrate Black Friday, Thanksgiving, you're pretty much, just saying, well, hey, it doesn't matter what my ancestors went through at this moment. Let me just eat my little turkey, whatever. So we got to realize what's really going on. So for me, every time I take any kind of money away from the stock market, guys, know what I tell myself? I say, this one here for the ancestors. Every time I hit that sell button and I capture the moment in the green, I say, this one here for the ancestors, because this is a way I'm capturing my supplemental value or reparations back. Be it small, be it big, it's a portion of what they owe me. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for them to give it to me, even though I know they owe it. But I'm going to find a way to get it on my own. And then once again, write myself the paycheck I need to kind of be fine and, take care of my family where I need to. So just keep that in mind, guys. Have a purpose. Have some oomph behind yourself and realize that you don't have time to waste, guys. We don't have time to waste. We're behind the learning curve when it comes to financial literacy. And every day we're just kind of acting like it doesn't matter. But it should matter to you that much. So where you can learn this stuff and you can be doing the same thing everybody else doing. Where you can see yourself making $95,000 in less than 20 minutes. $95,000 in 20 minutes. I posted that on one of the shows we were doing, and one of the guys thought I was lying. He was like, "Man, you missing, giving people bad information, man. Don't tell them about that. That's not possible." All right. And then I posted in the chat how somebody did that. Then you got silence. Right. So this is the stuff we're talking about. We can show you how to do it, guys. So
hey, by the way, this is African Emporium speaking. If you need to reach to the brother, a sister, we got like around 8 emails a while ago asking who the brother is and so forth. Once you email the Dagger Squad 1, what I do is I just forward all the emails to the brother. So what I suggest you do is when you email him, put your name and number in the email, and then I forward it right to the brother. All right. He has a lot of information. And again, you get this information just for listening to the Wednesday show. You can't lose. Everybody out there, subscribe to the Dagger Squad YouTube channel. He's supposed to be on every Sunday teaching. If he's not teaching, you got Cheryl, who's going to be teaching about government contracts. I'm going to teach about credit repair. And I'm also going to teach, I got my brother Travis going to teach about student loans. I just got an email also about student loans. Any questions you want, you could put in the side chat. And the brother who does the student loans is plain and simple. He basically just told y'all what he did or what he does. So if you have any problems with a student, if you have a question about student loans, there's all we do. We tell everybody we charge not $1,400, we charge $1,500 up front. And basically, it's 100% guaranteed. You sign a contract. We only take payments by credit cards. So you're protected. We're protected. It's a legal transaction. And we go from there. It takes 30 to 90 days, I think, around that time period. It could take less, but we give ourselves time to get the job done. All right? Thank you, African Emporium. Thank you, my brother. Peace and love. All right?
Peace and love.
Let's get to Sister Cheryl. Because Sister Cheryl was on point, ready to go, man. I got to let her go before Monica today.
Really? You're not going to call me out, Garfield?
All right, I'm post this out. I'm never gonna call you out. All right, can you see my screen, ladies and gentlemen?
Okay, guys.
Can it be seen?
See it? I'm not looking. Can they see it, Mo? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
This is your brother Garfield live. All right, go ahead, sis.
Okay. All right, guys, we're doing something just a little bit different today. You'll notice on the screen that we're saying partnership with New York. So what's going on, guys, is all of these contracts that I have right here, these are contracts that are open in New York. Garfield doesn't know it yet, but number one, economic development consultant. Guess who we're gonna get to do this one? We're gonna get with Garfield, and we're actually gonna put the RFP together and get that submitted specifically for Garfield. This is in New York. We have contracts for food commodities. Everybody's always talking about we want to help the kids, help the kids. We have a contract out there now in New York for after school program. We have staffing services. So if you have a staffing agency or you would like to start a staffing agency, they are looking for a staffing agency at this point. If you're in the legal arena, they have a bond special tax counsel out there. And as I go down the list, you can see that a lot of this stuff here is basic skill stuff that a lot of us can do. They have a bridge painting program that they have out there. Printing. A lot of guys out there in New York, y'all are printing up stuff. They have a 5-year contract out there right now for printing some stuff for math modules. All right, construction guys, if you're out there in New York and you're looking for a little work, definitely give us a call because they have construction management services out there. Also, they have culturally, linguistically responsive teaching professionals, okay, keynote speaker. So we're in the conscious community, everybody's speaking. So there's no excuse why, we couldn't get Reggie or whomever to actually go for this contract and be a keynote speaker and get out there and actually do this. So definitely check out everything, re-look at the video, jot down, because I have I'm not going to go over all of them, but you can continue to look at them. It's janitorial services out there, roadside ditch maintenance, basic skill labor type work. They even have college enrollment coaches needed. So we can't say we don't have any jobs out of New York. There's nothing going on. I can't get my hands on it. They have relocation consulting services, auditing services, some more printing jobs. And we even have some real estate development services out there, valet parking services. Get you a group of guys or girls or whoever you're going to get, go out there and do some valet parking. So we have a whole lot of different things that are going on actually in New York. So definitely give us a call so you can get on board with this. And like I said, the first one that we're going to do is the economic development consultant, which we're going to get with Garfield and get that done for him. So the other thing that we're going into, I also keep remembering that I have subcontracts out there right now. So these are contracts that I currently hold, that if you're interested in getting into the government business, but you're like, oh, I'm not really ready to do it on my own, I kind of want some help doing the whole process of it, call us. We have contracts that we already have and can actually subcontract these out to you. Now, remember, just because we have that ability to subcontract them out to you, you still have to have your business in order. You still have to have your LLC or incorporation. You still have to have your EIN, your Dun & Bradstreet, and you still have to be registered in the SAM system. So keep in mind, this is a good way to get your feet wet in the government arena by coming up under us and actually doing a subcontract. So we have those in leadership. We do have after school programs as well. And we have a host of others. We have some janitorial stuff. We have some court reporting things that's coming up in all the states. So on top of doing this New York, because what's going to happen is every week we're going to highlight a different state. Every week I'm going to have over 30-something contracts that's out for your state. Next week, we're going to do Texas. So if you're living in Texas, tell everybody. That goes for Miss Sci-Fi too. So shout outs to Sci-Fi. Also, Sci-Fi, I want you to repost what I just sent you. I sent Sci-Fi a link. And on that link, it's going over how to be a government contractor as far as the drop shipping aspect of it. This is based on a true story. This was on American Greed. So really is how not to do drop shipping, but it gives you an insight on how easy it really is. So check that link out, guys. Look at it, and all the questions that you normally have about how do you do, drop shipping? What is that? How does that work? This American Greed series explains that in very great detail. But once again, guys, they did it completely illegal. So keep that in mind. But the website that we use, that is the same website that they've been using for years, that will actually appear on the show. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the show, that it is a viable business. This guy made over $1 million in less than a year, winning government contracts, sitting at home. So you don't have to take my word for it. You can look at American Greed. They also have a movie that they based off of this as well that's called War Dogs. Check that out. You can look at the movie, compare it with American Greed, so you can really understand and get involved in what you're going to be a part of from here on out. So once again, we're highlighting New York. I want to see, because everybody's always telling me New York people, they really be on it. They get, they work real hard. they be on their grind. So I just want to see, as I'm highlighting these certain states every week, I want to know which state is really going to come forth and really get these contracts and really be able to get on Sonetta and say, yep, I got that contract that sure highlighted on my city. So we have no more excuses. We have a whole over 30, and this is just a partial snapshot of the contracts that are in New York. I didn't even put all of them on here. And the other thing that I have, if you notice at the bottom of the page, you'll see where we're talking about mentoring. I have a mentor. Monica has a mentor. You need to have a mentor that's kind of assisting you with doing certain projects that you're doing. On top of having your team in 2017, make sure you have a personal mentor that can help you get around certain things. And also, I always want to say this, even though if you come in under the subcontract part If you want to go straight forward and be the prime on the contract, either way we can help you. But make sure that you get with Mo and go through her budget class. Because yeah, you can subcontract, you can win the contract, but if you cannot budget, you're gonna lose that contract. Also, make sure that you get with Garfield on that credit. It's very important that your credit is good and you're straight in that arena too, whether it's the personal, business, or both. You need your credit straight. Now, I do offer a factoring company, which, you know, they do a 2.9% on what you're doing. And you only have to have a 500 credit score, but still later on down the line, as your business grows, you're going to need that solid credit, guys, because at some point you want to put in a perfect file. You want to have everything that bigger contractors want. So the contracts we're trying to set you up for are the multi-million-dollar contracts. So these are contracts, yeah, you could probably get 500,000, $1 million, but we're trying to get you those tens of millions of dollars worth of contracts, and they're pouring in. But in order to do that, your business has to be on point. And I tell everybody in my sessions, I'm doing 50% of the work, you're doing 50% of the work. So do not think that when you come in and you take my sessions that I'm doing 100% of the work. Nope. It's a 50-50 thing that we're doing. In order for you to learn how to run a business, you have to learn how to run a business. And that's from the budget aspect. That's from looking for contracts. That's from putting your packages together to submit them. Take a look at those two shows that I told you about. One of them is the War Dogs movie. The other one, we put Sci-Fi put a link out there for you guys. Make sure you click on that link and look at American Greed so you can understand the concept pretty good. And next week, let's see how many Texas folks we can get in the building, because we're gonna highlight Texas next week. Garfield, you back? Hello?
I'm not sure. Garfield, he must be on the phone.
Yeah, he might be on the phone. But once again, guys, I will be highlighting different states every week. Make sure you pass it on. New York was today. Texas will be next week. And what we're really trying to see is what city is the hardest working city? What city really is about getting that money? So we're gonna start charting it and see how many bids per state people are really winning based off of what we're posting online. It's gonna get pretty exciting. There's nothing like who's making the most money in the cities so that we can all, you know, as they say in the movies, so we can all eat. It's always a good life to do that. And Mo, if you want to, you can come in and talk a little bit about your budget until Garfield comes back, because that works hand in hand with them trying to do subcontracting or prime.
It's in my slides, Cheryl.
Garfield?
Yeah, I'm back. I had to make a quick run. I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay. Back over to you then.
So we done with Cheryl?
You're done.
All right, cool. So Cheryl, we're gonna move on to Monica right now. And there you go, Mo.
All right. Thanks, Garfield. Thanks, Cheryl. Of course, we run hand in hand, and we didn't even talk about it. So again, I just want to remind everybody that you're watching the Urban Economic Empowerment Show. And if you're trying to get in touch with anyone, you can call 1-800-518-2817, extension 901, as well as emailing daggersquad1@gmail.com. You also can go, that's Cheryl's website, StevensonBusinessSolutions.com, or you can email Mo-Cheryl at StevensonConsultants.com. Next slide. In any event, Oh Lord, I must have been listening to Shock. I said in any event. Get you a team in 2017. Of course, that's our running motto for this year. This is pretty much how we got it broken down for a reason, because if they come back and ask you in reference to credit, you should have that on lock. If you can't get a bank account, the Z Black card, boom, Garfield got that on lock. And then if you're trying to get your business filings done and you really don't understand this paperwork, or maybe you want to do business across state lines, domestic, foreign business, we can take care of that. Ms. Janisa Brown is doing that for us right now, as well as the nonprofit 501c3 filings. You can hit us up for that at the Tri-City. And then Cheryl, of course, as she just spoke so elegantly about, is doing the drop shipping. And if you're ready to do grants and you got your proposals together, she can also search and put out what type of grants they have out there. Next slide. All right, so Cheryl gave you a brief rundown of what you need to do government contracts. Listen, if you're going to do business, regardless if you're going to do it with the government or you're going to just do it for yourself, you need an EIN number, your articles and corporations with the Secretary of State. In some places, they may call them articles of formation or maybe articles of organization. If you are in business, maybe let's say you inherit a business, or maybe somebody sold you a business, or you took over a business, and you've made changes to the name, or maybe you've added partners or owners or members to your articles of incorporation, then you would also have that amendment. All of that is important, right? If you have your articles formation or corporation and you've changed your operations agreement and you added owners to your operation agreement and you have not changed your Secretary of State documents, then you need to go back and make sure you do those amendments. The DUNS number. The DUNS number is like a credit report for business. This is why you need to register with Dun & Bradstreet. Now, it does not cost for you to register with Dun & Bradstreet. However, if you put in, when you go to the website, dnb.com, if you put in that you're going to be doing government, you're going to be a government contractor, you'll get that DUNS number within 48 hours. If you do not, it's going to take you 30 days to get your DUNS number. Then you have the Systems for Awards Management. That's the SAMS registration Cheryl speaks about. And the SAMS actually issues you a CAGE code. But you cannot go out of order. You have to have the first three in order to go into SAMS, because when you go into SAMS, it is validating your DUNS number. It is validating your information in the IRS with your EIN with what you're putting in the SAMS, and then so on. If you get stuck at the representations and certifications in reference to the questions, then you can also email us. But if you want to do business with the government, or you just want to do business in general, you can do this stuff yourself. If not, you can contact us at 1-800-581-2817 extension 901, or email daggersquad1@gmail.com, and then we can provide the service to you. Right? Next slide. So that's the small business or for-profit organization. If you're going to get involved and you say, hey, listen, I'm trying to do some community development ideas and I want to do a not-for-profit organization, here's the checklist for that. If you go to the Secretary of State and you got your EIN number, you don't stop there. You have up to 18 months to get that 501c3 or whatever, C3 or 4, whatever you're going to get involved with, to be in compliance. When you apply for your nonprofit, you are accountable for the 990, which is your filings, right? You can either do the postcard filing or you can do the loan 990 in form, but you have to do that every year, whether you doing business or not, because you have it on file. You also need to make sure you have your board of directors. The board of directors is pretty much someone, you got to have a minimum of 3, a president, a secretary, or a treasurer, or maybe you want to call yourself CEO, which is a chief executive officer, chief operating officer, and a secretary, and a finance director. Whatever you do, make sure you have their name, address, phone number, and email on file. The same thing, just like the small business, you have to have a DUNS registration. You also, a DUNS number and a CAGE code from out of SAMS. You also need to make sure you have bylaws, which is how that organization will be formed and ran. Next slide. All right, so I always want to make sure that I recap that profit and small and non-for-profit organization checklists, because we get a lot of emails on what's the process. Well, the process for doing government contracts is that you have your credit in order first. And the second thing is you make sure you have your business. And with those 4 or 5 to 6 items that I briefly showed you is what you need to get started. Now, one of the pet peeves or one of the weaknesses and downfalls to businesses is budget. How to budget. How do you come up with your cost? How do you come up with paying yourself? How do you make money in your business to sustain for a lifetime? Well, the first thing you need to do in reference to business specific, whether it is nonprofit or profit, it doesn't matter. The budget works all the same. You need to make sure you know where the money is coming from. If you're going to be selling products, you need to be able to draft out how many items you need to sell in a month to make a certain dollar amount. And then you put that in your budget. Expenses, you need to be able to determine what all you need to properly run this business. If you have a brick and mortar, then there's expenses that comes with that. If you have a home, if you're operating your business out of your home, you have expenses that comes with that. Then once you've identified what you're going to do in income and what you're going to do in expenses, then you subtract the two, and then hopefully you should come out with a zero balance, meaning some people have to kind of work backwards, right? Maybe you have expenses, you accumulated expenses, you're coming out of the pocket to actually do business, and you haven't accumulated any income yet. So maybe you write down all your expenses, and then from the expenses, you have to decide how much product you need to sell to get that income. Whichever way you do it, you still need to decide how you're going to make this money. Many people make the mistake and decide that someone else is supposed to pay them to do their actual business. Well, in the case of government contracting or doing any contracting with private industry, you still have to propose something in order to make something. And so budget has become my pet peeve now, to make sure that people know how to actually come up with those numbers so that they can have a point of reference. So in the budget, in the program budget and cost analysis class, I teach you where to have a point of reference with sales, grants, individual contributions, fundraisers, miscellaneous expenses, income. I teach you how to come up with those numbers to actually pay yourself, so that you can, so if you ever got audited, you know where, or you have a resource that you can point that auditor to on how you came up with your numbers. And so once you've identified all of these items and you have it in this nice format, if you've ever used Excel, you can go in Excel and click on new and put in budget or business budget, and it'll give you a template that you can use. If not, you can use this similar format right here. But 3 things that I want to make sure that you know, that if you're gonna do business, or if you are in business, that you need to do, and it will save you some time and energy, or it would save you penalties, is that you need to set up 3 checking accounts, or 2 checkings and 1 savings. The first one, you need to make sure you set up an operations account. That means everything that I have to the right of the screen, that where it says sample operational budget, 75% of that those costs or those revenues will be going into that operational budget. Then you want to set up a payroll budget, where you would actually be shifting money from your operating budget into your payroll account to actually pay your payroll. That means you're keeping accountability of your payroll. So when workman comp audit comes up, you can take that information directly from that account. You don't have to go through and try to figure out what was payroll, what was owner's contribution, what was a contract or anything like that. You know exactly what went on in payroll, and you can bounce payroll off of the W-2s of 1099s, and so on, the payroll details. And then you want to make sure you have an investment account, because no matter how much you make, if you make let's say you sell 5 refrigerators and you made $10,000, well, that's not $10,000 in profit, because you actually had to, either you made those refrigerators, you manufactured those refrigerators, or you purchased the refrigerators to sell them and added a markup. So the amount that you actually spent to purchase those refrigerators is an actual expense. That's your material expense. So you have to subtract that from the 10,000 to decide what's left. So let's say you paid 7,000 for the refrigerators, and so now you have 3,000 left over. Well, guess what? You're still not done, because you are operating a business. So there's some expenses that need to come out of that so that your business can sustain and maintain. Maybe some travel, it may be some utilities, it may be some rent, it may be some insurance. Whatever the case may be, not to mention, last but not least, you have to pay yourself. So then once you've done all of that, once you've actually created, you've taken out all your expenses from selling that product, then whatever is left, let's say you have $1,000 left, whatever is left out of that money, then you should take and invest so that you can increase your net worth in your business. And then the rest keeps piling up. So what we train in the program budget and cost analysis class is how to actually pay yourself, how to determine what's your travel and your per diem for actually going out to these different locations, putting that in your budget, as well as coming up with a way to come up with an operational budget as well as a program budget, and then having a resource of how to actually pinpoint those salaries or those hourly rates, as well as insurance and things of that nature, and taxes. So in a nutshell, if you have a business and you are not creating a budget before you start selling product, you will get into habits where you're just spending everything out of your business account. And then when you want to do things like government contracts and you want to expand, it's going to be very difficult for you to break that habit. And if you do get into that, you're going to have an issue with your payroll because you don't have the money separated. And so when it's time to pay people, maybe some people's check will bounce because you didn't separate your money out. So it is very, very important that, especially if you're if you're selling products, if it's just you and you're selling products, let's say you're selling t-shirts or whatnot, if you're making money, it's very important that you learn how to budget that money. Or maybe you're selling products online and you have to ship products out. You have to be determined about whatever products that you're selling, how much of that money it's going to take to manufacture that product, or it's going to take to actually buy more product. Then you have to consider the shipping that's involved, which means that if you sell $1,000 worth of product, that $1,000 is not profit. I have to say that again. That is not profit. So you don't take that $1,000 and go spend it, because you actually have to buy more product, or you may have to ship the product out. So you have to take some of that $1,000 to actually ship it. But what we're teaching in the program budget class is how to include the shipping costs into how much it's going to cost you for the material, how much it's going to cost you to ship it, add your markup, add how much you're going to pay yourself, and then come up with that number and then sell your product. And this is where you can't reduce your budget to someone else's request to, can you give me a hookup? Because if you taking those costs in consideration, you may not have room for hookup. Because if you continue to get hooked up, then you're going to start going into your investment money, and then you look again, you won't have any investment money. Then you're going to start tapping into your payroll, and then you look again, you can't pay employees, you can't sustain, and you can't do good business. So next slide. The only thing I want to tell everybody, if you're definitely interested, if you're doing big business or you want to get online with the numbers and how to keep your budgets in order so that you can properly and effectively run your business, then you can hit us up at 1-800-518-2817, extension 901, or daggersquad1@gmail.com. Next slide, Garfield. So those budgets are very, very important, and I hope you guys join in. We just finished our first class session. We had about 9 people that participated, got a lot of good feedback. So I'm looking forward to doing more classes with you guys. And we also going to have a class on business documents, and that class is going to be taught by Miss Janisa. So everything that we talked about in reference to budgets, we're going to teach you how to prepare the documents to make sure you stay in business compliant. So again, if you're interested, hit us up at 1-800-518-2817, extension 901, or daggersquad1@gmail.com. All right, Garfield, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Huh?
You're welcome.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have it right there. You had you had Monica talking about the certifications and so forth, the EIN number. You have Cheryl talking about government contracts. You got my brother Travis talking about student loan debt elimination. You got African Emporium. I just forwarded like around 18 emails to you, my brother, about people wanting to learn about stocks. This is why you need to come on, because the people need to hear this, because we're kind of locked out of the stock conversation, which is crazy. All right. Let me see what else I got to touch on. And you had me talking about the credit repair, trade line, funding, and so forth, and also business trade lines. Yeah, Heru, I got your email with the last four. The website, you can't register on the website, Shemdog. We're not set it up because actually we're trying to set up an e-book, but we're going to set it up soon where we're going to register and have everybody come in, and then we're going to have the classes that we have for each person who's going to put in a class every week, and we're going to load it up so people could register for the website. I just want to say to everybody, thanks for the support, and we're going to keep on putting out information. We're all about unity. Remember, if you're in a state and you want to get 100 black people together, stop trying to unite everybody. Just get your team in 2017. Try to get 100 people. 100 people alone. That's all I'm asking for in the Bronx. 100 people. Because you know what? Too many people trying to be this person and that person. And that's not going to do it. Yo, never mind TV Future. Big up, man. Big up yourself. We need to unite on a small level and then do it and then go from there. Because everybody's not going to agree. You're always going to find people doing all type of craziness. And, oh yeah, African Emporium. Somebody wants you to break down the Robin Hood. Break down Robin Hood real quick. If you can, my brother. I don't know if my brother.
Basically, what Robinhood is, it's an online brokerage account that's set up in app form. They do not charge commissions to trade, which is phenomenal in that regard. Although they do not have level 2 charting and the candlestick values that we also watch for as technical values and learning how to enter and exit a trade. However, we do use other platforms like Thinkorswim that you can download for free as well. TradingView, which you also can download and use the trial version for free as well, and other different platforms you can use to chart the stocks through. We only use Robinhood to execute the trade, and also be able to kind of once again take advantage of teaching people how to invest on the go through their mobile phones, which is a very, very turnkey setup that they have through their brokerage platform, and it doesn't require once again them to have to pay a commission. So as opposed to having to spend $15 or $10 per trade, we eliminate that by showing them how to use the Robinhood account at their advantage. And they can, once again, start with a small account, $10, $15, $20. It doesn't matter to me how much you start. If it's $5, I can show you how to take that $5 and invest it and grow it to $100 or $200. Doesn't matter, whatever the case. And I know to some people, it all sounds like, well, there's some pipe dreams. And, I always tell people, numbers don't lie. People do every day. And the one thing about me, I'm a very transparent kind of guy. I have no problem showing people my profit values and whatever the case. And I can show you my strategies if you want to call it that. One thing I do take from this market is that it's very easy to learn how to ride a bike. And in the same value, the stock market is no different. It doesn't come with any kind of, once again, unnecessary stress than the stress that you put on yourself. And once again, you fund it by your own value, your own initial investment. And you can literally start, once again, very small, $5 a day, or you can, come in big. It doesn't matter to me. All I know is that, here's an opportunity. I want to show you how to, once again, garner and capture supplemental income, and you not necessarily have to work hard for it. And you need not feel guilty about it when you do it. Today, I made $387, right? In less than an hour. In less than an hour, I was up $387, sold my position, and went to handle business with my family. Had the rest of the day, I could have been trading, but I was out, once again, doing things with my family. Yesterday, $500 and 500 plus in less than 2 hours, right? Had other things to do. Got on by my other business. We're actually looking for another house right now, another investment property. right? Eventually we're going to rent it out. Like we have another property we got and that's rented out. So these are things that we're looking to do to, once again, get ourselves in this game, right? I always tell people, right? If you're going to be here in the United States, and we always going to be wondering what, if they're ever going to give us reparations or, when they're going to, recognize us, hey, it makes no sense for us to sit on our hands or stuck on our knees, begging and waiting for something to happen. We can go out there and make something happen. Well, here's an opportunity where you can make something happen. And then no one, once again, is standing over your back while you're out here getting this money, right? By learning how to invest, right? The other avenues, with Cheryl and Monica speaking about getting government grants, getting free money from the government. They're going to pay you to sell stuff back to them. Just think about that for a minute. Let that sink in. They're going to give you free money to turn around, go out and acquire products or services and sell it back to them at exorbitant higher prices. Find me another scenario out there where you can allow that to happen and it doesn't come with a whole lot of, back end kind of stuff. I mean, this stuff is literally at you guys' disposal, and it's up to you to take it, take your advantage of it and take it serious. So, like I said, once again, the Robinhood account is very simple. You can go to your app store right now that you have on your phone, iPhone or Android. Find the Robinhood app. It's called Robinhood. It's like a little feather gonna pop, a little green feather. You can download that like right now. I wish everybody paying attention right now actually would just go do that like right now. And you don't have to fund it. Right, you can just wait, and if you need some help, I can walk you through how to even set it up, like how to go through the whole setting it up and answering the questions you need and all this stuff, no problem. And they're going to ask you for your social security number. So this is not them running the background check on you. This is not them asking you, running a credit check on you. They have to do that for tax purposes, for capital gains tax. You have to pay capital gains tax if you make over a certain amount of money, right? And that's fine because if you make your money, it's free money. So, of course, it's easier to pay taxes. But guess what? The best thing also about investing, you also can write it off on your taxes. Yes. Even if you happen to lose 1%, 2% because you didn't set, your stop loss values, you can still write that off on your taxes. Right? How cool is that? So you're constantly in a situation where you're taken care of and you're protected. And you're protected by the 1933 and the 1934 SEC Exchange Act laws that says that you are covered up to $150,000 in the event that anything happened in terms of a fraudulent value from a company, through investing in their company or anything else that happened through a brokerage company where you're going to be protected by the government. They're going to give you $150,000 if someone goes after you maliciously or takes your money. So find me where you can do that in the lottery market. When you out there investing in the lottery, find me where you can do that even on some of your jobs. Because if something happened, they're going to fire you and release you and you can get nothing. Right? They're going to find a way to take your pension from you, your 401k, all this stuff that I went through at some point. And that's why I left the corporate plantation. I'm done with that. Right? I found my own niche in life by being my entrepreneur that I was born to be. And I guarantee you, everybody on this chat room, live stream right now has an entrepreneurial spirit in them. They're just afraid to learn how to take advantage of it. They've been comfortable waiting for a paycheck as opposed to going out there and finding out how to get it on their own. All right. And that's what I'm serious about, teaching people how to do, how to go out there and get your own money and not wait on somebody to give it to you. Right. That's why I'm affiliated with Dr. Boyce Watkins. That's why I follow Dr. Claude Anderson and so many other brothers and sisters out there. Brother Garfield, big inspiration. Right. I love what he's doing. You guys just don't understand the opportunity here yet. And it hasn't sunk in quite yet for some of you guys, but some of you guys it will. Just keep tuning in, keep learning, keep asking questions, because there's no such thing as a dumb question. And I guarantee you're going to find yourself and your bank account bigger than a lot of your peers are. And then they can be asking that same question. I always ask people every day when they ask me, well, show me, you making money. And I show them, and I'm like, well, who winning, who laughing now? Who's laughing now? Right. And that's what you want to do. You want to not necessarily be out here bragging, but showing people you can go out there and get this money the same way I did. Let me show you how.
Hey, thank you, beloved. And I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. And I'm telling everybody, man, hip your children onto this, man.
Yes.
Children onto this. It's not about us anymore. We wasted way too much time. We need to put our children on so that, with credit, with trade lines, with real estate, with the stock market, the student loan problems, the government contracts, setting up certifications. Listen, man, I'll tell everybody right now, you want to increase your paycheck $200 to $400, sign up with MyEcon. Learn how to adjust your W-4 and your W-2 and see your paycheck increase $200 to $400. Yes, I'm going to jump off in 1 minute. All right, $200 to $400 you could increase. Sign up with MyEcon. Inbox me on Facebook. I'll send you the link. It's $34.95 a month. And we're going to show you, it teaches you how to adjust your W-4 and your W-2. Simple information. And you get $400 to $800 a month extra on your paycheck what you don't even have right now, all because of listening to Dagger Squad. So that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. We out of here. Brother Shaka is getting it in live right now. Wait till y'all see that. And Shaka is definitely getting that information properly. So peace and love, everybody. You want to get in contact with Garfield, daggersquad1@gmail.com. That's daggersquad1@gmail.com. Phone number 1-800-518-2817. 1-800-518-2817. Extension 901. You want to eliminate your student loan debt? Don't call and ask me how's it done. Listen to the tape. See how it's done. We charge $1,500 up front. It's fully guaranteed. We take payments just only by credit card, and that's it. All right? So peace and one love. Brother Sarnetta, we out of here, brother. Sarnetta. Sarnetta. All right, Mr. Super Cameraman, we got you. All right,
peace, my man.
Good luck, brother. And when is that coming out?
You already know I got Shaka right now. He's finishing off his presentation. He's killing it. He's telling me stop talking. So he's killing it. He's finishing off his presentation. Thanks for coming through, Brother Garfield.
Shout out to Garfield and Economics. We love and respect and appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Love you too, brother. When is that coming out, Sarnetta? When is that video coming out?
At least tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to live stream it tonight or tomorrow.
All right. Peace and love, brother. Thank you.
Peace. Out.
Thank you.